Our top story now, after a nearly 6-hour-long meeting between the Sports Minister Anurag Thakur and two of the protesting wrestlers who've been spearheading the agitation, finally the wrestlers agreed to a truce till the 15th of June. The government has assured them the police probe against Federation Chief and BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh will be completed by then, though no guarantees on his arrest, of course. Now, Thakur also presented a written proposal to the protesting wrestlers who gave 5 demands of their own. Most of those demands were accepted.
जिन खिलाड़ियों के या अखाड़ों के या अकेडमीज के या कोचेस के खिलाफ मुकदमे हैं, उन मुकदमों को वापस लेने की मांग की है ताकि उस पर कोई कानूनी या पुलिस की कार्रवाई ना की जा सके। और खिलाड़ियों ने कहा है कि वो चाहते हैं कि 15 जून तक चार्जशीट दायर हो और वो भी अपना कोई भी इस पर प्रदर्शन या उनसे जुड़े हुए कोई भी संगठन उनके समर्थक हैं वो भी कोई प्रदर्शन नहीं करेंगे और उन सबको भी इस बातचीत से अवगत कराएंगे। ये सारी बातें ही हमारी आम सहमति से हुई। उनके सुझाव थे कि ये करना चाहिए, मांगे भी, सुझाव भी, आप इसको किसी रूप में लेना चाहें। और सरकार ने बड़े खुले मन के साथ सभी विषयों पर पहले भी और अब भी गंभीरता से बातचीत भी की है।
देखिए, सरकार ने बोला कि 15 जून तक का हमें समय चाहिए। जो पुलिस की जो कार्रवाई है उसको जल्दी ख़त्म करने के लिए बोला है कि भाई आप हम 15 तारीख तक का हमें समय दीजिए, हम उसको 15 तारीख तक ख़त्म कर देंगे।
जांच, दिल्ली पुलिस की जो जांच है,
बिल्कुल।
क्या ब्रिजभूषण के अरेस्ट पर आप लोगों ने बोला उनको, क्या उन्होंने कुछ आश्वासन दिया अरेस्ट होंगे नहीं होंगे?
देखिए, उस चीज़ पे क्योंकि वो काम पुलिस का है तो वो बोले कि जांच प्रक्रिया जैसे ख़त्म हो, क्योंकि पोक्सो जो लगता है उसके ऊपर तो अरेस्ट ही होते हैं। लेकिन वो बोले कि वो केस थोड़ा पुराना है, तो उसी तरीके से बोला जो पुलिस में जायज़ चीज़ें होंगी वही चीज़ें होंगी और तो बोले आपके साथ निष्पक्ष जाँच होगी।
और क्या बातें हुई? WFI के इलेक्शन कराने के बाद हुई क्या हो?
बोला कि उसमें कोई भी भेदभाव नहीं होगा। जो WFI के जो इलेक्शन है उसमें जो ब्रज भूषण है और उसके जो लोग हैं अपराधी, जो इस तरीके के लोग, उनके ऊपर उनको उसके WFI के इलेक्शन में कोई भी भाग नहीं लेने दिया जाएगा।
आप पर 28 मई को जब आप लोग संसद जाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, उस समय जो आपके साथ हुआ वो काफ़ी दुखद था, लेकिन उस पर आप पर एक मुकदमा भी कर दिया गया। उस मुकदमे के बारे में कुछ बात हुई?
उन्होंने यही बोला कि जो भी 28 तारीख को जो घटना हुई उससे हम भी दुखी हैं, लेकिन जो भी खिलाड़ियों के ऊपर मुझे पता चला कि 109 लोगों के ऊपर उस दिन FIR दर्ज की है, केस लगाए हैं, तो उन्होंने बोला कि हम वो सभी वापस ले लेंगे, चाहे वो खिलाड़ी हैं चाहे कोई भी आपसे जुड़े जो भी लोग हैं वो सभी हम वापस ले लेंगे।
पहलवान क्या करेंगे? पहलवानों का निर्णय क्या है?
देखिए, किसी भी चीज़ का अगर हम वो देखेंगे तो बातचीत तो उसके लिए हमें करनी पड़ती है। वो फैसला हो या ना हो तो एक अलग चीज़ होती है, लेकिन जो हमारे जिन बिंदुओं पे बात हुई है वो बिंदु हम जो हमारे साथ जो लोग जुड़े हैं, चाहे वो खाप चौधरी हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी संगठन से, किसान है, महिला है, मजदूर है, बहुत सारे संगठन हमारे साथ पूरा देश आज जुड़ा है, तो हम उनके बीच में समक्ष में वो जाके रखेंगे।
News now from Uttar Pradesh, where once again a gangster has been shot dead in the presence of police. This comes just 2 months after the killing of Atiq Ahmed. Gangster Sanjeev Jiva, who ran a criminal gang in western UP, was shot and killed outside a courtroom in Lucknow. The shooter, the police confirmed, was dressed as a lawyer, and the incident has raised questions once again on the state of law and order in Uttar Pradesh.
One of Uttar Pradesh's most dreaded gangster, Sanjeev Jiva, shot dead right at the doorsteps of a courtroom in Uttar Pradesh's capital Lucknow. The attacker, dressed as a lawyer, nabbed by the lawyers and the police from the spot.
3:30 बजे के बाद लगभग पेशी का इंतजार कर रहे थे चैम्बर के बाहर, तो जब वो पेशी के लिए अंदर जा रहे थे उसी समय पीछे से ये हमला किया गया और इसमें हमारे जो है 2 सिपाही इंजर्ड हुए हैं। फिलहाल तो वो आउट ऑफ डेंजर है, सेफ है। एक महिला, एक बच्ची और उसके पिता, ये 3 भी आए थे। उसमें महिला की अंगुली में थोड़ी चोट आई है, बच्ची को जरूर चोट लगी है जिसका इलाज चल रहा है।
The police say motive behind the shooting is not clear yet. A statement by the Uttar Pradesh government said Jiva, who has been in jail for over a decade, had 26 criminal cases against him. Jiva ran a Western UP criminal syndicate from prison. He was also an aide of jailed gangster Mukhtar Ansari. The incident comes just months after gangster and politician Atiq Ahmed and his brother was shot dead in police custody in Prayagraj.
There is heavy security outside the Lucknow court now, but no answers as to how someone managed to get in with a gun. With Vineet Verma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
News now from Maharashtra and in Kolhapur, where massive protests and clashes today after a right-wing group called for a dharna. This over a social media post by a youth praising Aurangzeb and Tipu Sultan. Now, the protest then spiraled into violence and a lathi charge by the police. Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has said they'll find out who is behind the trouble, while NCP Chief Sharad Pawar hit out saying the ruling party is encouraging these kind of things.
Mob violence, police lathi charge in Maharashtra's Kolhapur. After a social media post praising Aurangzeb went viral. Some organizations announced a Kolhapur Bandh demanding the arrest of 2 youths who posted on the social media. After stone pelting at some places during the Bandh, police lathi charged protesters.
सफलतापूर्वक उसको नियंत्रण में लाया गया है और जो कुछ उपलब्ध यहाँ पे बंदोबस्त लगाया गया था उन्होंने उनके ऊपर इफेक्टिवली कार्रवाई करके तुरंत कार्रवाई करके फोर्स का इस्तेमाल किया गया जहाँ आवश्यक था और अनरूली मॉब्स को कंट्रोल में करके डिस्पर्स भी किया गया है और कुछ लोगों का भी डिटेन किया गया है.
Police have imposed Section 144 in the affected area till June 19. Also, a case has been registered against those who posted on social media. The government has assured action against those who were involved in this entire incident.
राज्य में कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने की जिम्मेदारी सरकार की है. गृह विभाग और गृह मंत्री जी लगातार सभी अधिकारियों के साथ संपर्क में, मैं खुद पर्सनली अधिकारियों के साथ संपर्क में हूँ और कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने के लिए सभी लोगों ने सहयोग करने की आवश्यकता है.
सवाल ये उठता है कि अचानक इतने औरंगजेब के औलादे कहां से पैदा हुई, इसके पीछे कौन है, इसका असली मालिक कौन है, ये भी हम ढूंढ के निकालेंगे. परिस्थिति पूरी नियंत्रण में है, कहीं पर भी अभी अनियंत्रित इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था नहीं है, अव्यवस्था भी नहीं है. लेकिन मेरे सबसे निवेदन है कोई भी कानून को हाथ में न ले.
NCP Chief Sharad Pawar questioned the government on repeated violent protests in Maharashtra.
चुकीचे असेल नाही असेल पण त्याच्यासाठी लगेच रस्त्यावर उतरून त्याला एक धार्मिक स्वरूप देणं हे काही योग्य नाही. आज सत्ताधारी पक्ष जो आहे तो अशा सगळ्या गोष्टीला प्रोत्साहित करतो. राज्यकर्त्यांची जबाबदारी राज्यामध्ये शांतता आणि सुव्यवस्था प्रस्थापित करत, पण राज्यकर्ते जर उचलायला लागले, त्यांचे सरकार उचलायला लागले आणि त्याच्यातून दोन समाजामध्ये जातीमध्ये कटुता निर्माण व्हायला लागली, हे काही चांगलं लक्षण नाहीये.
After the action taken by the police, the situation on ground is now under control. However, now the questions are also being raised on the preparations of the Home Ministry. If you look at the pictures, the big question is, why were people allowed to gather in such huge numbers at the first place? In Mumbai, with camera person Ashok Mahadik, Sohit Mishra, NDTV.
Now, more support for Arvind Kejriwal's campaign against the centre's ordinance, and today Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav assured his party's support against the centre's ordinance on control of services in the national capital. Kejriwal has been travelling across the country, meeting leaders of non-BJP parties to defeat the bill in parliament when it is finally moved. Akhilesh Yadav said the ordinance is anti-democratic.
मेरी अभी इसमें काफ़ी विस्तार से चर्चा हुई माननीय अखिलेश जी से, और मैं तहे दिल से उनका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं. दिल्ली के लोगों की तरफ से, दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ लोगों की तरफ से अखिलेश जी का और उनकी समाजवादी पार्टी का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि उन्होंने हमें पूरा आश्वासन दिया है कि राज्यसभा के अंदर जब आएगा तो पूरे समर्थन करेंगे दिल्ली वालों का और इसका विरोध करेंगे.
दिल्ली का अध्यादेश जो आया है वो एंटी डेमोक्रेटिक है. इस ऑर्डिनेंस के जो सोच है वो एंटी डेमोक्रेटिक है। मैं आपको भरोसा दिलाता हूं कि समाजवादी पार्टी का पूरा साथ आपके साथ है। साथ ही साथ जो आप अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को रास नहीं आ रहा। अच्छे काम को बिगाड़ने का काम देश में अगर कोई काम कर रहा है तो वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी है।
News now from Karnataka, and after its loss in the state, the BJP is yet to finalize on a leader of opposition. A meeting is expected of the MLAs on Thursday, but the decision on who will lead the party in the assembly is not expected immediately. Shrija reports.
Nearly a month after its defeat in the Karnataka Assembly elections, the BJP is yet to finalize on who will lead the party in the Legislative Assembly as the leader of the opposition. Sources say the party's 66 MLAs and defeated candidates will hold a meeting in Bengaluru on Thursday, the first such meeting to discuss the party's defeat.
My party has decided that we will have a legislature party before the session, and we will choose a leader of opposition. But however, my party will certainly decide a strong, vibrant leader of opposition.
While a decision on leader of opposition is not expected immediately after the meeting on Thursday, sources said the top leadership of the BJP, including the Home Minister and party president, have discussed the issue. The Congress, meanwhile, has taken the offensive and hit out at the BJP High Command for the party's defeat. It has also challenged the BJP to appoint a face who can take on the Congress.
Problem with BJP is instead of looking and setting its own house in order, they're busy wondering how the government is functioning. They're worried about how we will deliver the 5 guarantees. They're worried about who's getting which cabinet berth. But in the last 1 month, we have delivered as promised. We have a fully functional government. We have given a framework for the 5 guarantees that we have promised. And in spite of all the things that we have done, they're not able to look for that single person, their opposition leader.
In the days to come, as the BJP works over organizational matters, senior BJP leaders will meet in Bengaluru to decide the opposition leader and the next state president. Following the recent development of BJP's announcement to set up a 24-hour helpline to safeguard the interest of its workers who are allegedly troubled by Congress workers, Minister for Medium and Large Industries, M.B. Patil, expressed the need for the government to set up peaceful Karnataka helpline against communal forces and to ensure law and order. Among the key issues that is facing the party leadership ahead of election year are organizational issues in the state of Karnataka, which is yet to name the leader of the opposition. It is also a key state in southern India which sends a little over 25 MPs to Lok Sabha. Sources also indicate that State President Nalin Kumar Khatil could also make way for someone else. In Bengaluru with Kumar, Shrija for NDTV.
Now, tragic news from Manipur. On the 4th of June, an 8-year-old boy and his mother were killed after a mob set the ambulance ferrying them on fire. According to the police and army sources, the ambulance was transporting the injured boy who'd sustained a bullet wound in his head during a shootout to the hospital. A senior Assam Rifles officer confirmed the incident. On Sunday evening during a gunfight, the child was hit by a bullet in the camp. The ambulance was then waylaid by civilians and set ablaze. All 3 in the vehicle were reportedly killed. Now, shocking allegations made by Dalit youth against the UP police. A 22-year-old man claims he was arrested in a fake extortion case and then tortured in custody and even forced to drink urine. But the Noida police have denied these charges, though they are probing the matter.
A viral video and a shocking claim. In videos posted on Twitter, a 22-year-old scheduled caste student, Jitendra Kumar, alleged he was tortured by UP police and forced to drink urine. This he alleged after he was arrested in a fake extortion case.
मनीष ने मुझे बुलाया एसएनजी प्लाजा मॉल पर और वहां पुलिस टीम ने मुझे पकड़कर पैंट की पिछली जेब में पैसे डालकर मुझे थाने ले गए
In the videos, also tagged to UP DGP and Noida Police Commissioner, a group of people can be heard slapping and abusing a person. However, UP police denies claims of torture, saying veracity of the video is being checked.
सर ये एक जो जितेंद्र कुमार एक जो लड़का है अलीगढ़ से जिसने ट्विटर पे वीडियोस अपलोड करके कहा है कि ग्रेटर नोएडा पुलिस ने उसको यूरिन पीने के लिए मजबूर किया, उसको टॉर्चर किया, तो आप मुझे बता पाएंगे क्या मामला है?
ऐसी किसी चीज की सत्यापन नहीं हुआ है और जो इसने वो वीडियो डाला है उस वीडियो को भी आप लोग भी देख लीजिए, उसमें ना कोई इनको यूरिन पिला रहा है ना कुछ है।
In November 2022, Kumar was picked up by UP police after a woman filed a complaint that he was threatening her and demanding 3.5 lakh. Following the complaint, police registered an FIR and arrested Kumar. After securing bail within a week, Kumar submitted a written application to the Noida Police Commissioner Office in April, alleging torture by police officers for being from Jat of caste.
थाने ले जाकर मुझे बुरी तरह से मारा पीटा, फ़ोन का लॉक खुलवाया, जो भी उनके सारे सबूत थे वो सारे सब कुछ डिलीट कर दिए, लेकिन पुलिस टीम को ये नहीं पता था कि उसमें हिडन कैमरा से उनकी वीडियोस बन रही है। 2.5-3 महीने हो गए लेकिन उसमें अभी तक मुकदमा ख़त्म नहीं किया है, ना ही कोई प्रक्रिया स्टार्ट की है और ना ही उन पुलिस जो थाना पुलिस थी उसके विरुद्ध कोई कार्रवाई की है।
While the UP police denies allegations of torture, they say action will be taken against their men if they are found guilty. For now, the matter is under investigation. With Tanushree Pandey, Bureau Report, NDTV.
In other news, a replacement plane has been sent by Air India to Russia's Magadan. This after 216 passengers and 16 crew were stranded there after their Delhi-San Francisco flight was forced to land at the remote Russian town. Now, the flight had developed a technical issue with one engine. Stranded passengers, including children and elderly, found themselves battling language barriers, unfamiliar food and substandard accommodations. The relief flight is now expected to land there later tonight, and the US is also monitoring the situation given that their citizens are also on the flight. News now from Ukraine, and evacuations from flooded parts of Kherson region continue after a major dam was breached yesterday. Ukrainian officials have warned that some 42,000 people are at risk from flooding, with water levels expected to peak in Kherson today. Kiev and Moscow have accused each other of damaging the dam. Parmeshwar Bava with the latest.
These satellite images taken by Maxar Technologies show extensive flooding in southern Ukraine, with the region's Nova Kakhovka Dam and hydroelectric station largely destroyed. This critical dam, which lies along the Dnipro River in parts of Ukraine's Kherson region, now held by Russia, collapsed on Tuesday, flooding part of the war zone along the front line. Now, Ukraine has blamed Russia for explosions at this key dam, which unleashed massive flooding and threatened 80 settlements in what Kyiv says is a last-ditch attempt to derail its counteroffensive. At the same time as the dam was destroyed, Russia launched a massive missile attack on Ukraine. The country's air defense forces actually reported shooting down all 35 cruise missiles launched by Russia, and most were aimed at the capital, Kyiv, is what we're being told. Ukrainian officials blamed Russia for this failure, noting that Moscow's military forces, which have repeatedly struck Ukrainian infrastructure since their invasion last year, control the dam spanning the Dnipro River, putting them in a position to detonate explosives from within. Now, Russian officials in turn blame Ukraine, but they have not elaborated on how it might have been done so far. But for months, as we've been reporting, each side in the war has repeatedly accused the other of plotting to sabotage the hydroelectric dam without offering conclusive evidence. But just last week, both said an attack on the dam was imminent. Ukraine officials said the Russians wanted to create an emergency at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which uses river water, by the way, for cooling, to stall an expected Ukrainian offensive. It may be that at least one side was telling the truth, but in the midst of a war zone, there is little prospect of an independent forensic investigation into this dam's destruction, which flooded a wide area downstream, as we've shown. The news of the dam blasts also came just hours after Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister said that Kyiv's troops are shifting to offensive actions. As part of the growing anticipation, the country will launch a major effort to retake occupied territory in the east.
The All India Institute of Medical Sciences, or AIIMS, on Tuesday managed to thwart a malware attack on its servers, ensuring services remain fully secure and functional. Now, this attack was detected around 2:50 p.m. by the cybersecurity systems in AIIMS, and notably a similar attack in November last year crippled hospital registration, admission and discharge services for 2 weeks. Vedant with the latest.
AIIMS, one of India's premier medical institutions, was hit by a ransomware attack today, and AIIMS administration said that this particular malware attack was neutralized by cybersecurity systems well in time. However, doctors couldn't access patient data for some time. However, no patient data was vulnerable. No patient data was at risk. Remember, just 6 months back, another malware attack hit AIIMS, and that derailed the hospital services for almost 15 days. In fact, there was an entire Chinese conspiracy angle as well that the Delhi police were probing through Interpol. The AIIMS servers were attacked using Chinese IP addresses. So, of course, there were larger questions on national security there as well. But in a separate incident, very recently, the nursing examination held by AIIMS, that was also hit by allegations of manipulation, cheating and hacking. As per certain students, certain candidates were actually taking the exam by remote control software systems. In fact, there were also purported images of the answer key and candidate ID cards with roll numbers. So, the administration in fact took cognizance of that. So far, the AIIMS administration has not responded to this particular charge of students. Now, remember, our larger concern here is that is our critical information infrastructure safe? Because remember, healthcare has always been a part of the crown jewels, as it is called, or the critical information infrastructure. So, there's larger questions on that, given the fact that there is patient data at risk, and there's also VVIP data, because remember, in premier institutions there are heads of state whose data is also there. So if that is at risk, their personal security has direct ramifications on national security. Many experts point out that the national cyber security policy that talks about protecting this critical information infrastructure is only on paper and has not been implemented well.
And now some good news on the monsoon, and despite a delay of a few days, the India Meteorological Department has said today that the monsoon is likely to hit Kerala in the next 48 hours. Now, the delay caused by Biparjoy cyclone, which is said to intensify further. In fact, strong winds are expected in Kerala and Karnataka. But big news there, the monsoon expected to hit India's coast in the next 48 hours.